Okay, in problem number 3 it says a parachute is falling. So suppose this is the parachute, and suppose here is a guy who is falling, and okay, suppose here is a parachute and a guy is falling with parachute, and the problem says that the parachute is falling with terminal velocity. So you can say the weight of the object is normally acting in downward direction. We are well familiar with this term, that the weight is always in downward direction. So weight of this guy would be in downward direction. Okay, and you know that air resistance, friction force is all like the object. If the object is going in downward direction, then the friction force is always opposite to the direction of motion. It means friction force or air resistance or whatever you would name it, it would be in opposite direction, which is in upward direction. So I'm going to name it as friction force, which is acting in upward direction. Okay, so now question says a parachute is of weight 700 newtons at terminal velocity. Terminal velocity means we know that it's a constant velocity. Velocity is actually a constant velocity. We are well familiar with terminal velocity as well. Okay, terminal velocity, which combined gives the weight, air resistance and resultant force. Now you can see when terminal velocity, when the object is moving with terminal velocity, it means its weight is equal to friction force. Then the object moves with the terminal velocity. Okay, so now we have given different types of options. So you know that the weight is 700 newtons. Weight of the object is 700 newtons. It means friction force is also 700 newtons, and both are upward opposite in direction. I mean to say weight is acting in downward direction, and friction force is in upward direction. Both have opposite directions. And now what would be the resultant force? Both are opposite in directions, so you by finding the now just simply add them. By adding them, you can see one force is acting along positive y direction and other is along negative y direction, so it would be 0 Newton. So now you can match the answers with your book and you'll find the correct option.